Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jasmine. If you are new here, welcome as always, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here as always. As you can see by the title, today we're going to talk about all things postpartum hair loss, postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, anything doing postpartum. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, because I feel like not a lot of people talk about it, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. We all go through it as being women. We go through a lot having these babies, and you are not yourself, and you probably will never be the same you before having a baby, and that is okay. You don't have to be ashamed of anything, and that's basically what I came on here to talk about, because you might as well talk about the problem at hand. So I'm gonna start off talking about postpartum hair loss, because that's personally what I went through. One of the things that I went through after having Kai. I didn't actually notice my hair falling out at first because I had braids in my hair, so I didn't take those out maybe, I would say, about a month and a half after having him. And I noticed my hair coming out, but then I got another set of braids literally a couple of days after I took those out. So it wasn't like I didn't notice it a lot, because I literally put something in my hair right after. And those were in for like maybe a week or two. And then I actually noticed my hair coming out. So once I took the second set of braids out, my hair was like just falling out in clumps in my hand. Literally, it was just in chunks. Like I could just run my hand through my hair and it was coming out. So in that point, I was like, what is going on? So I was in between, either I'm going to, one, I'm gonna cut all of my hair off, or two, I'm just gonna dread it up. So that's what I did here. I started some starter locks. My see, look, it's just falling out. So my sister and brother, they already have locks, and I basically just asked her to give me the number to her lock lady, and I'm gonna start on some locks, because either I'm gonna do that or I'm gonna cut my hair off. And I know Kai don't want a bald head mama push him around the stroller. So AJ was like, just go ahead and dread it up, because you've been talking about getting dreads for a while. So that's got starter dreads. Hopefully this will last. You know, hopefully I go ahead and just let them lock up. But that's basically what I did for my hair. Now a lot of women do go through this. It wasn't dramatic where I had patches here and there, but it was enough where I knew my hair was coming out, all around my edges, all that gone, from like edges to like back, like right in this area. Could you try it? Girl, I'm not even talking to you. So from like my edges to like up in this area, it's gone. It's in patches. So that's basically, that's what was my postpartum hair loss. Some people maybe is severe than mine. Some people may not be so, but that's basically what I experienced. Let's see. I didn't experience postpartum depression, but I won't say that I was depressed, but there were times where I was just over everything. And when I say that, it was, you know, first time parent, everybody want to have a say so in what you do, how you parent, how they think you should raise your child, or what they think you should do. They don't feel like you are doing this the right way. They want you to do it this way, or they feel like the baby is not getting this, or they want the baby to get that. And for me, it was so overwhelming. I was so over hearing what anybody to have to say. It was a point where I didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't want nobody telling me anything about how I should parent or the baby. Like, I was over what anybody had to say. And I would say, don't let it get to that point, because I'm the type of person, if you've wrecked my nerves, or if you've wrecked my nerves one too many times, I can be very resentful, and that's not a good thing. But with me, that's how I took everything. After so long, I just don't want to deal with you at all. And that's not a good, that's I'm trying to work on that, because that's not good. But I could be a very resentful type of person, and then I just won't want to deal with you anymore. From okay, I breastfeed, so I had a couple of people, everyone wanted to say they felt like the baby wasn't getting enough milk, or I wasn't producing enough milk. Are you feeding him enough? I think he needs water. Just give him formula. And a lot of people would, and I feel like what some people don't understand is, once you're breastfeeding, you're already going through the motions, because you and your child have to get used to each other. You have to see what works for your baby. And at the beginning of breastfeeding, is definitely not a walk in the park. Even though he latched good in the hospital, coming home, I got clogged up from one, I want to say my first night home, I was clogged up. He had a tongue tie, which was affecting his latch. I had all that going on. So the first couple of nights, we were up because he couldn't latch the way he wanted to eat. So, and then after that, we got thrashed. So it was a lot of stuff going on, and everybody had their opinion. Well, I think you should just give him formula. And being a first-time mom, you trying to do what you want to do, that's not something that you want to hear. And I felt like no one actually wanted to stop and think, okay, what does Jazz really need? Or how can we help her, and not so much as what they want? And that's what a lot of people have to understand. And so what I wish I would have done back then is, I wish I was more vocal for everybody. See what I'm saying? Because now 3 months in, and it's a lot of people that I just don't want to deal with. I just don't want nothing to deal with them whatsoever. So I wish I was more vocal in that point, because it got to a point where I was drowning in my own emotions, and I didn't know how to express those. So with me expressing my emotions, I drew back, and I didn't want to deal with anybody. So I would tell any mom that's pregnant now, once you have your child, be vocal on what you want, how you want to do something. Just because, it's a mom, it's a grandma, great grandma, auntie, great auntie, they feel like you should do this, that, and the third. Do what you want to do, and express that, and use your voice on, okay, I understand you did this, you did it this way, but this is how I'm gonna do it. Whether you like it or not, at the end of the day, this is my child. And I wish I would have did that. Like, at the end of the day, this is my child. I'm going to do what I want, how I want. You did what you wanted to do when you raised your kids. That's how I'm gonna do it with me. And I wish I was more vocal in that area, because now it's like to the point I don't want to deal with people, or some people I don't want to deal with, because I feel like they had so much to say and they was not listening to me. So now it comes, I just don't want to talk at all, and that's not the way to be. But we are all work in progress, and that's something that I'm working on. But when it comes to, because and that can lead to depression. Everybody is always having something to say, or they want this and they want that, and you won't voice your opinion, or you won't use your voice, and then you just drown in your emotions. You can go into a depressed state. I wouldn't say I went into a deep depression, but there was a time period that I was depressed, and I feel like I couldn't talk to anybody. So I would tell any upcoming mom, first time mom, use your voice. Your voice is everything. And if you don't use it, you know what I'm saying? And then even with that, you still have to be around for your child. So if you're depressed because somebody not listening to what you want, who gonna take care of your child? And that's gonna be more depressing, because now you got this extra stuff going on, and somebody still has to step in, and that was the problem in the first place. You see what I'm saying? So I would tell anybody to use your voice. Use it. And I wish, you know what I'm saying, I wish I did that, but I didn't. Definitely with my first child, I ain't trying to hear none of it. With none of it. I don't want nobody. I don't want so much as somebody to tell me what they think I should name my next one, because we not gonna do it. No, I'm not doing it. Like, I know with my next child, it's gonna be different. Definitely, it's gonna be different. I'm doing everything different, planning everything different. I'm not doing the stuff I took with this one, I'm not taking it with my second one. So I would tell anybody to please use your voice. Your voice is everything. What else postpartum do people go through? Because I really didn't go through much. It's basically just use your voice. You are the mom. You know what you want to do with your child. You know how you want to raise your child. And my thing, I'm not gonna, honestly, the way I feel right now, like, if you're not comfortable with anyone keeping your child, taking them away from you, don't let them. Just because a grandma say that, you know, they want to keep their grandchild, if you're not comfortable right now with that child leaving you, your baby can stay with you. If they want to see your child, they can see the baby while you're around. Don't force any family members to see your child. If they don't make an effort, I ain't making no effort. So, don't force a child in anyone's life. I tell anybody that. I'm not forcing my baby on anybody. If you want to see him, you want to be in his life, you'll come see him wherever me and him at, because with me breastfeeding, where I go, he goes. He ain't going nowhere without me. I don't care who you is, because honestly, the way I see fit, only person that really matters is me and his daddy. He ain't going nowhere without, and he definitely not going nowhere without me. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's where I'm at right now. So I wouldn't say I went into a depression, but it was times where, you know, my emotions did get the best. Okay, so my camera died, but like I was saying, the first week I was the most emotional. I was more emotional my first week than I have ever been in my life. Like, I was like in the shower crying. Like, that's how emotional I was. And that's when the most happened, I want to say. That's when that's when the most happened. So that first week was, if I could redo the first week he was here, I was home, because I spent like 5 days in the hospital because I had a C-section. So my first 2 weeks, they were horrible. If I could redo those first 2 weeks, I can probably redo everything else that I felt like. If I use my voice more my first 2 weeks being home, the way I feel now towards certain people would not be like that. And like, again, when you don't use your voice, it can affect you, because that's when everything went downhill for me. But I didn't let it show. I still got up, took care of Kai, did everything I need to do for him, but I still had my times when I'm in the shower and I was just crying. You see what I'm saying? So definitely, as moms, we go through a lot. We go through a lot trying to get these kids here. Once they're here, we're still going through a lot. But make sure you take care of yourself, because you are important. You have to be healthy enough and in the right state of mind to take care of your child. So at the end of the day, make sure you take care of yourself. Use your voice. If you have to put your foot down to these grandmamas, great grannies, aunties, uncles, sisters, brothers, daddies too, put your foot down, because nobody's gonna listen to you unless you use your voice. And like I said, I wish I would have used my voice more, but now I do. See what I'm saying? I'm almost 3 months in, but now I do use it more, but I wish I would have used it more back then. So definitely use your voice as a parent. You know how you want to parent. You know what you want to do. You know what you don't want to do. If you don't want to use formula, don't. If you want to breastfeed, do that. they can't do nothing about it. If you want to put your child on this or that, don't. If you tell them I don't want to do this and they still do it, don't let them see your baby no more. I mean, it's that simple, because at the end of the day, you're the mom. What they gonna do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then I'm that type of mom. If I say something you don't listen, baby, you ain't got to see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be that mom everybody will hate, because I'm just at the point where I'm not gonna play around with nobody. I'm not. So, so that's really all I have right now about postpartum. But if you have like a specific topic that you want me to talk about, or something that you want me to go in detail with, please leave it in the comment section below. But that's just a little part of what I went through. I know that it's more. I know it's a lot about postpartum to talk about, but that's basically what I went through. Not much, just basically I didn't use my voice enough, so that's where I struggle with. I'm still struggling with it, but I wish I would have used it more, and maybe, like I said, maybe I wouldn't resent some people, or at the point where I don't want to be around some people, because that's what, you know, that's where I fell off at. But yeah, postpartum hair loss, it kicked my tail. Red action going on. I can't wait till they get bigger. But this is how they're looking right now. That's really all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.